Hello, friends. This is Dr. Hazel-Grace Yates, and I am so honored. I am actually in Santa Fe in the Love Shack with Julianne Parkinson, who has gracefully invited me into her home. And even though I am so sick, and I also want to name that that's here too in this call, but we are here because the Cock and the Pussy Project is coming to Santa Fe, and Julianne is one of our hosts who's invited us here, and I just want to actually, I think it'd be fun to start, like, where did our relationship begin? How do we know each other?
Well, I was dating a particular man, and then you started dating that man right after I was done dating that man.
I did date that man right after that, and now we're lovely friends and totally love each other. Yeah. It's so great.
And you know what else? We're naked while we're doing this. Just thought we'd let you know.
Yeah.
Because we both really love to be naked.
We do love to be naked.
We're just hanging out naked. And
I will also say that there will be no nudity involved in the Cock and the Pussy Project, but we thought it would be fun to be naked because we like being naked.
Yeah, so, because we can.
And because we can, yes. Yeah. Okay, so you have not yet experienced the Cock and the Pussy Project.
I have not.
And you are helping promote and host this in Santa Fe. And I'm wondering, what had you be a fuck yes and invite me and Sean to come bring this to Santa Fe?
The work that I specialize in, my professional work, is very connected. I am a certified Tantra educator. And so essential to Tantra is supporting people to more fully love and honor and celebrate all aspects of themselves, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and sexually. And we know there's a great deal of lack of happy, healthy relationship with our bodies and our sexuality in our society. So I know you are a passionate advocate also for people to more fully love and honor and celebrate all aspects of themselves. And I know this is supporting people to do so, particularly their bodies and particularly their genitalia, their second chakra, as we would say in Tantra.
Yeah, totally. Yes, so our work is very much in alignment with one another. Yeah. And this particular workshop that's coming to Santa Fe, we start off the healing and transformational process by sharing. And this is what it is. It's sharing circles. And the design of it is for anyone who identifies as having a cock, they'll have an hour and a half in the inner circle to share their stories, being prompted with questions of what it's like to have been them growing up and now, with their genitals, with their sexuality, being what's been hard, what's been beautiful, the array of a human experiences around genitals and sexuality. And the sweet part about that is they're hugged and surrounded by a group of witnesses who are choosing to be there to listen from a place of compassion and curiosity. And to me, one of the juiciest part of the whole thing is at the end, when after an hour and a half, the witnesses have been listening silently in reverence, holding space, they share how they were impacted and what difference it made for them and what did they learn from witnessing the shares of the stories. Brene Brown says the antidote to shame is empathy. And so these circles are really about empathy. And when we can share our stories in the way that we do, we oftentimes find that we're actually so much more similar than we are different.
Yeah.
We spend so much time and energy othering people and like, oh, well, we've got it worse and they're that way, or just assuming that everyone is the way that they are. So that's the Cock Project. And then the Pussy Project is the reverse, where the pussy havers are in the center for an hour and a half, and they're on the circle with anyone. Any gender is welcome, but oftentimes it's mainly male identified in the center sharing circle for the Cock Project, with female identified in the outside circle for the witness circle, and then the reverse for the Pussy Project. So, in hearing all that, I'm curious, what questions do you have, or what comes up for you as like your people in your community? What questions might they have, or what might they want to know about this process, or why might they come, or?
I'm drawn to ask, what would you say to anyone who feels a lot of nervousness about coming?
Well, first of all, I would say if you're feeling nervous, that's probably a good sign that this is a perfect opportunity for you. Oftentimes, right before we have these transformation or these healing things, that there's this wall of fear, maybe there's anxiety or there's nervousness.
Yeah.
And so if you're nervous, your nervousness is welcome. And the most important thing to know is that no one is required to share.
Great.
You can come and just witness the whole time. The other thing is we spent 45 minutes at the beginning setting the container.
Beautiful.
So before we actually get into the sharing process, we are creating rapport, creating a ground of health with our group, creating agreements and boundaries so that we can create the safest possible container for us to go deep, but also feel like we can come out of it by the end of the process. And the other thing I want to say too is that we've had people who've come who said, I told myself I wasn't going to share when I came. And I was surprised how safe and open and relaxed I felt. And
Beautiful.
So we've had a lot of people come, said that they weren't going to share anything, and they were so surprised that they shared things. And the other magical thing, and Sean, my co-lead, we've experienced this a lot in the sharing circles.
Yeah.
And we've had people experience this a lot, which is people will in the group will remember things that they've never remembered, or it's the first time that they've shared this out loud to any human. All these memories come to the surface, which gives us an opportunity to look at, feel with them, clear them if they're not serving us, or embrace them or celebrate them.
Yeah.
And the other thing that we like to say about clearing shame is that clearing shame isn't always about going into the shadows and the pain and the darkness. Sometimes it's actually about like celebrating and especially in a group of celebrating and claiming. Yeah. I love my body, or I love this experience, or I love this part of me, or I love my genitals. And so there's healing in claiming and owning and celebrating, especially in community where people are there to support and accept one another's experience just as they are.
Yeah. And the operative word, clearing.
Mm.
So actually clearing and releasing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, letting go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To make more room for joy.
Yes.
And pleasure and good health.
And lightness.
In our bodies and in our
freedom.
Genitals and in our intimate relationships.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we will be here October 22nd. Thank you so much for hosting us. And I can't wait for you to experience it and deliver this to your community.
Santa Fe and surrounding community, I so strongly encourage you to consider coming to this really powerful, unique workshop. Although I haven't experienced it yet myself, I have a very good sense of it, knowing the essential details, and I'm just so looking forward to it. And please join us.
Awesome.